All right, let's recap today. I know y'all had some questions on it, so I'm gonna break this down for y'all, make it simple as possible. So, as we know, the market, I'm just gonna delete everything here so we can break it down together. So, as we know, the market recently just dumped, right? So, I don't usually do this, but just because we had a big move like this, I'm going to zoom out to the weekly. So I'm on the weekly time frame. What do we see on the weekly time frame? We see we just tapped into a fair value gap. That is why the market dumped, bro, because we want to tap into this fair value gap. The fact that we're respecting it like this, I'm assuming we're going to go back to all-time highs. But once again, you never fucking know. Like, I didn't know this big-ass move was going to happen, right? So next we go to the daily, right? We're on the daily. What do we see? This low right here got taken, which was probably the low that formed this fair value gap. So now we have manipulation in itself, which is a liquidity run. If you guys remember, I said liquidity run is manipulation. So when I saw this, initially, I didn't know. I didn't know if I was wanting to see us go up or down, to be honest with you today. I didn't know. So let's look at the 4 hour. I can't even lie to y'all. My initial bias today was to see this low get taken maybe. So this is sell side. And maybe this low. I don't know if this is the exact low we formed because it was another low, I think. I don't think it was this because we formed this low, no bullshit. Maybe like this low. I think it was like this low. I want to see us take this low. Okay? And also, I wanted to see us rebalance to this fair value gap first before we even went to this low right here. So where we're at, we had this liquidity run. We're bouncing off a daily fair value gap. We're in a downtrend, right? 1 hour. But this is where it gets tricky, right? Do you guys remember the new week opening gap, the NWAG? That is right here, as you can see. Friday at 16, and then Sunday at 18. And we create this fucking gap right here. That is the new week opening gap we formed. New week opening gap, boom, formed right there. So I wanted us to target this too, but as you can see, we tapped into it and I didn't have an entry before or prior. So I think this was actually the low I wanted to see us take, which we did take. So right now, all I'm seeing is this new week opening gap, right? So let's just zoom in. So market opens at 9:30. That's when we take this low right here. So we take this liquidity run. As you can see, 9:45, we create this swing low right here in reverse, and we're bouncing off the new week opening gap. So basically, this is my demand, supply level, whatever you want to call it. This is what I want to see us react of and go back up to. Plus this liquidity run validates it because now we have manipulation dumping into a supply zone, right? So my really most confident drawn liquidity, bro, was Asian highs. So you can see 1:45 a.m. about, or 2 a.m. we create these highs right here. And that's mainly where I wanted to see us go, right? So let me find it. Sorry, someone just texted me. So boom, we have Asian highs. And it lines up with the fair value gap, the 4 hour fair value gap. But let's forget this right here. So after the market took this low, dumped into the new week opening gap, we started making a move up. Now at this point, I was like, so let me replay. Whoa. So from like right here, I saw us going back up, right? So I started to think we're gonna go up, right? Because we have buy side liquidity right here, but I didn't know if it was a reach to go up here. So I'm gonna show you how I'll play this and why I played it like this. So these are my draws on liquidity, the Asian high and the buy side liquidity. Usually when we're entering a trade, guys, we're targeting liquidity, okay? Which is these highs and lows. So I'm going to let price play out here. Okay. So right here, this last fair value gap, we close above it. You can see we close above this fair value gap. Now it is an inverse fair value gap because we closed above it, we disrespected it, right? So from this point, I'm thinking we want to go up. I low-key entered. I entered early, bro. I can't even fucking cap. I entered right here on this candle. To be honest, I should have entered on this candle. But, ES, bro, already closed above this inverse fair value gap when NQ didn't. So that's kind of why I entered. Because ES was the driving index today. Because ES and NQ correlate. So what did I do? Initially, my stop loss was right here. Yo, not right now.
Yeah,
I'm recording something.
Just off the phone. So I was trying to get some.
So right here we have sorry, I just got so thrown off. We have the inverse fair value gap. I entered right here. The safe entry would have been right here actually when we closed above it and then tapped into it. Okay? So I think at this black candle, I actually I upped my I moved my stop loss to like about here. Nah. It was like right here or some shit. Because I know if we're gonna hit this inverse fair value gap, we shouldn't go any lower than this fair value gap right here. We shouldn't go back here. Why? Because the inverse fair value gap is what we want to see us tap back into, right? We have so many things validating that we want to go back up. Okay? So the inverse fair value gap's the main thing we're looking at right now. Because let me explain why. Since this was originally a fair value gap, right? That means we'd want to see us go into it and go back down. The fact that we closed above it now shows that this is going to now be a floor, right? It's going to basically think of it as, what's the shit you guys say? A floor turned into a roof? I don't know. Whatever you guys say, that is basically this fair value gap now. It turned into a roof. So that's why I entered on it. I could have even put my stop loss right here, right? If I was feeling ballsy. So now, final take profits right here. My first take profits at Asian high. I put in with 2 contracts today. First take profit was at Asian high. So let's just let it play out. It takes a little bit to get there. You can't get nervous. Boom, we hit the first one. So now I'm out 50% of my position. And at this point, my stop loss is at break even. Right? So I'll just move it right here. I have now no risk on. So now let's just let it play out. Boom, we start moving up. Boom, boom, boom. I think at this point right here, we made an SMT. And this is where I got out. We'll move my stop. So this is where I got out. So as you can see, let me pull up ES. I got out here just to be safe. Plus, like, we're in this 4-hour fair value gap right here. So like at this point, I have two things telling me we want to go down, which is this fair value gap right here and this SMT. So let's see if it will pull up here. Boom. Perfect. See? See how ES takes, so this is the same. I'm going to put a fucking line on it so we can see here. So this is 1150. This high right here, 1150 where I got out. Or no, I got out right here, sorry. So at 1250, I got out. So I'll do this. 1250 got out where the risk reward ends. That's where I got out. ES, you can see 1250 right here. This one right here, I'll put a fucking circle on it. You can see we take the high. So what is this? An SMT. Because ES took the high, NQ didn't. So now we have two indexes that correlate and one of them's not taking a high. So now this is bearish price action, plus we're in a 4-hour fair value gap. Okay? So that's why I got out. And you guys asked, I believe Nico, you both called me today. I was outside, so I couldn't answer, but I got with Nico. I was going to call Tyson back, but I just figured I'd make this so it could answer both of you guys' questions. So you guys said it started consolidating, right? And then you saw this big ass dump, right? What the fuck? We dumped because this SMT right here, and if you look close enough, just close enough here. Oh my god. Let me lock in. We actually did not close above this. Wait. We did. I swear I thought we didn't close. So we closed above the fair value gap. But I think maybe on the 1 hour. Okay, let me make this sense. So we have this SMT and we have this order block right here that we hit. So that's kind of why we went down, right? So SMT order block. Also, we haven't rebalanced at all. We've gone straight up, no rebalances at all. So we want to rebalance to equilibrium, which is exactly what we did here. So we consolidated right here, had an expansion move back to equilibrium. Watch this again if you have to. It will make more sense the more you watch it. I'm going to go over it again in a second. But that's why we had this big move down today, and there was not an entry on it. I'm not gonna enter on anything like this because I'm not targeting any liquidity. Right now, price has no reason to show me we want to go down officially. It's just, if you look at this right here, like at the 1 hour, you need to there's too many fair value gaps. So I'm really not looking for us to be bearish. The current price range is bullish. Okay? Think about this. The candles to the left of you are the context, and the candles like right here is what's going on right now. Okay? So you use the context to the current story being told with these candles to make a prediction on where you think market's going to go. But once again, we don't predict, we react. Okay, I don't know if I'm getting a little too complicated here, but the reason there's no entry right here, fair value gap right here, fair value gap right here. I'm not going to target a fair value gap, okay? That's not my model. I'm going to show you guys models and how to find your entries. This right here is the inverse fair value gap model. I love this. We inversed a fair value gap, entered on it. Boom, I hit like a fucking 3 RR or some shit. I don't even know. Actually, I hit like a 2 RRs because I took like 50% off my position. But if I would have held that bitch, I would have banked. So that's kind of why price went down. We had the SMT and we were in this order block and we needed to rebalance the equilibrium. So once again, just recap the whole trade here. Recap the whole trade. On the weekly time frame right here, we tapped into a weekly fair value gap. So now we were looking for possibly bullish price action. We take this liquidity, this low right here, possibly want to see us go up now. 4 hour. We're in a bearish trend. We're in this 4 hour fair value gap right here. There's a 4 hour fair value gap right here. But on the 1 hour, there's a new week opening gap. We tap into it, take liquidity. We have Asian highs we want to target, right? Boom, we target the Asian highs. So this is, Asian highs was the main target of liquidity. I'm going to be honest, I was not confident at all we were going to go to this high. ES did. But NQ did not go to this high. Okay, I was not confident that it was. I'm going to be completely honest. But I let my runners run and I moved my stop loss up every time. But I just exited because I kind of like market experience. I just knew like it's probably the smartest thing for me to take my profits and not be greedy. Okay, so we take this liquidity. And if you guys remember standard deviation, take it from this move up right here. Boom. We reacted perfectly off the standard deviation lows here. As you can see, we tap into it, right? Is the low red lines is the standard deviation, right? If you remember standard deviation, it's the last up move or down move before manipulation. So this was the last down move before we manipulated these lows right here. So now I'm going to take my Fibonacci tool, the 1 to the 0, put it on this high to this low. Boom, we get the standard deviation. I'll show you how to actually put this on the Fibonacci right now. So that's why we kind of like, I didn't even use the standard deviation, honestly, until like later in the day. But that's kind of the trade recap and why we went down. So now I'm going to show you guys how to actually use your Fibonacci to do this. So just pull out the Fibonacci right here, pull it out, whatever you have it on. You're going to left click it or right click it, excuse me. You're going to go to settings right here. And you're going to have 0, 1 on, 2.5, and 2. This is what I usually use. You can, and I put 4 on it too. So put 0, 1, 2.5, 2, and 4 on. And then you just simply go template, save as, and then name it. You can either name it standard deviation. I have it as SD. So boom, that's how you do that. Okay, Forex Factory. I'm going to show you guys this too while we're here. Oh, I just cracked my back. So this is how you guys read news. So when we look at news, we only look at USD. We're not looking at Europe. We're not looking at GBP or whatever the fuck, C80. We're looking at USD only right here. So if you can see, we have this red one right here, USD, Fed Chair Powell speaks. You can trade this. The only thing I don't recommend trading or being really careful with, guys, is CPI. Write this down, CPI. So I'll just write it down for you. Wait at least 30 minutes to 1 hour after CPI and FOMC drops. These are the most manipulated news events. Random shit happens on CPI and FOMC. Write that down. Pause this video if you have to. Write that down. How to read the news? Simple. Red is high impact. Yellow is low impact. And orange is medium impact. Simple. Very, very simple. And basically on the color, just think of the color as how much volume we'll probably have in the day. Now, it's not an automatic guarantee that we're going to have good volume. It's just something that lets you know, like, okay, we're probably gonna have some good price action today, right? Also, yeah. I don't know how to spell it, bro. I can't even lie. Rarely. Usually. Never. Trade. I've been trading for like 4 years. I still don't know what this shit's called. Non-farmer, like, let's just go back. Let's just look for it. So we have unemployment claims, that's chill. We have PPI, that's usually chill. Core retail sales, that's chill. Philly Fed Memory Index, like, that's chill. We're gonna trade that. I'm trying to find it. CPI. I think it's non-farmer payment. What the fuck is that shit called? I don't know what the fuck it's called. Let's just go back. I think it was like a few weeks ago. I'm gonna find it so I can tell you guys to not trade this shit. Non-farm employment change. This one right here that I have very highlighted. I mean, you can trade it, bro, but like, I'm telling you, dog, you're not gonna find an entry, bro. And if you do, if you find an entry, bro, you might be gambling. So write down non-farm employment change. Rarely trade this. I wouldn't even bother it, honestly. So that's news, right? So we have the red folder, high impact, orange, medium impact, yellow, very low impact. Wait at least 30 minutes to an hour after CPI and FOMC drops. At CPI and FOMC, these are very careful days. These are days you can automatically assume you're not going to take a trade, but if there is a setup, you can maybe go low risk. But that's kind of the trade recap of today, what happened today, why the market moved, why it did, and yeah. Let me also give me a prediction of why price went up today instead of lower. So I think price went up today instead of lower simply because we needed to fill this fair value gap right here. We needed to fill this fair value gap right here. So to fill the fair value gap, what did we have to do? We had to tap into this new week opening gap first, take the liquidity. We tapped into that and we had to take this liquidity. That is why. So hopefully that makes sense. You guys got any questions? Call me, text me, fucking Gmail me, fucking Snapchat me. I don't give a fuck. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense.